Okay, Piers, I'm not concerned about it because, like I said, it's been about 10 years and Brigitte could have done that at any moment. She's been in multiple lawsuits, involved in lawsuits, trying to shut journalists up. I mean, you really are asking people to defy their common sense in this moment. They know what has happened here. They know that we went to Brigitte before we started this series to get Brigitte's side of this. We were in contact with Brigitte's lawyers, the same ones that filed this case. We asked simple yes or no questions. We were not requiring a blood test. We were asking, can you confirm this is you in this photo from the childhood that has been produced, ironically, by a woman who was charged for forging documents. That woman's name is Mimi Marchand, and she was the first couple's PR person until she got in too much trouble for being a gangster and forging documents. They refused and declined to answer those questions. So,
okay, wait. One, Candace refuses to accept the fact of her role and position. Now, I do think that she can call out the shenanigans and the wicked, evil behavior that's going on in French politics, sure. But I do think she still needs to remember, like, I am talking to the first lady of a country. You can see them as being vile, wicked people, but they still are positionally in our society in a different position than you are. You still got to be respectful of that. You can't just kind of forget that fact, like, and know your role, if you will. And to me, I feel like Candace is completely ignoring her role. Like, I don't care what my role is. I'm just going to. No, Candace, no, these people don't owe you anything. And remember, Candace did ask for blood. I think that's adorable that she is revising the story because she did ask for blood. In the video we saw, she says, you can give us some of your blood. I'll send my doctors to do the test. Now, man, what are they going to come and do? Clip her toenails? They're coming to do blood tests. You said you want blood.
like I said, you are asking people at home to suspend their common sense and to truly believe that rather than answering yes or no questions, rather than maybe at first going after the author of the book, Xavier Poussard, who is a Frenchman, for defamation, that would be the first thing. Why don't you launch, at least at the same time, both of these suits? I'm going to go after Candace and Xavier Poussard. They are instead only going after me for defamation and not the person who sourced this entire quote unquote rumor. There is, let me tell you, Piers, too many people who have watched this series. Okay. They're watching your.
Okay, wait. If I'm not mistaken, Poussard qualifies his book as being allegedly. I believe he makes that claim early on in the book. If I'm not mistaken, I was told that his book is very clear that this is all his theory, not anything that he's saying is substantive or truthful. But he's just a theory that he can't prove and has no evidence to. That's why they're not suing him about that book. You, on the contrary, Candace, you are saying emphatically that this is true. But also, I think it's adorable that she's telling us that the French want us to suspend reality, while she literally said that the woman was on her deathbed and just said, here, take my identity and live your truth. Go, brother, go be me. Is that not any bit more insane? Pot, meat kettle? I mean, the fact that she completely misses how absurd her stuff sounds. That's why I said she needs to read her transcript out loud. She needs to read her transcript or have somebody read her transcript to her. I don't think she realizes just how absurd some of the things that she says sound. And again, she could be dead on right. I don't believe she is. However, it doesn't make sense. Like, man, if I had to suspend reality to believe that some woman on her deathbed gave her transgender alphabet mafia brother her identity and said, go live as me, all while she's on her deathbed. But people now say, hey, weren't you on your deathbed last Tuesday? Oh, no, I was not on my deathbed. I've been healed. Ma'am, come on. It's the exact same thing in 4K. Candace, that is just as much suspending of reality as wrestling. But we all know wrestling's real. So let's go.
Show now, and they know that you are not accurately presenting what has happened here. But also, Piers, I think you are better than defending a pedocriminal network, right? And that's the biggest piece of the story is how many people around.
Okay, I gotta stop. Hold on. Saying that you don't believe that Macron is a man dressed as a woman is not even in the stratosphere of defending PDF behaviors. Candace, shame on you. I told you to come up here to the front of the church, Candace. You sit on up here in this front pew. That's some diabolical work. Just because I don't believe that Macron is a man does not mean that we're giving duck and cover to some heinous behavior. That's not, no, ma'am, you can't do that. You cannot do that. You should be better than that. So you trying to gaslight peers, I'm going to tell you right now, in 4K, shame on you, Candace, because you could do better than that. Go.
Them have gone down publicly admitted that they were pedophiles and were involved in this campaign at the beginning. Even if you removed the allegation, which I believe in from the bottom of my heart, like I said early on, I would stake my entire career on the notion that she was actually born Jean-Michel Dragnel. I believe that, right? And I'm willing to go through this because it's an important story about government deception. But even if you suspended that, you are right now defending a government that lied even about the beginning of their quote unquote love story, in which his parents removed him from school because of this creepy 40-year-old teacher who found a 14-year-old student to be sexy or attractive. This is wrong. Everything that's happening right now in France is wrong and it is perverted. And as a mother, I will stand up to this, and I am confident that we will emerge as the winners of this, because in America, truth is an absolute defense against defamation, and I am telling the truth.
Okay. So I still don't understand how both of those have to be tied together. Again, I do believe she was a creepy teacher that was having a relationship with a 15-year-old student. That's some diabolical, wicked work. That doesn't mean it was a dude, though. That's the only thing. Like, I don't get how that works.